time. One more time. We back again, family. I've been chasing this guy. Don't laugh. You can't laugh. I've been chasing. How long I've been chasing you for this?
Oh, a couple of years. At least a couple of years.
But that's how I go. It's a process, and it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself to the people, however you want to do it. That's what it is.
All right. I am. Everybody call me Gooch. I'm Gerald Gooch. Everybody call me Gooch. I'm his friend. We met uh, by him cutting my hair.
In the barbershop.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't even remember how many years ago, but it was on Donaldson
Oh
Pike.
wait.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Yes.
Our life is similar.
Mm.
It seems to be
Mm.
kind of a similar lifestyle that we have. Our homes, uh, seem to be kind of parallel when we talk. So, but yeah, we've always brought up our struggles together and our successes. So yeah, it's a good time to kind of put it out here on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So, why the reason I'm doing this is because what I'm gonna do is kind of help him unpack his experience because he's multifaceted and he has a lot of experience. So I've been going through some things. He's been going through some things. We bounce stuff off of each other, and we can finish each other's sentences, but y'all never get to hear it. So now we got to put this out here because there's some people that need to hear when they go into business how this actually really works. It's not how y'all think it is. This is an experience. It's not knowledge. This is experience. It's not knowledge. Please hear what I'm saying to you. Okay. All right. When I met him, can I go?
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell my
Yeah.
part. Then you jump in.
Mhm.
I had to file bankruptcy. I had 11 properties. I had 9 residential. I had two. Excuse me, 9 commercial, 2 residential, and I filed bankruptcy. I lost everything. I came from Detroit, Michigan, so I didn't understand that I had to lose that in order to become the man I am today. Had I not lost all of those things, I would have never met this brother. Now, can you tell? Do you have a similar situation?
Very similar.
Okay. So you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Uh, I've been into small businesses ever since probably was in high school. You know, when I got out of high school, I started a pressure washer business. So I've always been into business and been, you know, I've always liked to see other people doing their business also. So I as well started a business back in 1998, 99, somewhere around there, Gooch Exterior Cleaning Service, and I did very well. And but I didn't take the advice of an old lady.
What she tell you? What she say, Goose? Tell them
I
what
did
she
not
said.
take the advice of an old lady who I worked for a contractor that she worked for. And I went to pick up a check one day, and I was doing good, man. I was getting,
Life was good.
yeah, I was
Life
getting,
was good.
I was getting it, man.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she said, "Mr. Gooch, let me tell you one thing, give you one good advice." She said, "Don't grow
Too fast. I remember you told me that.
And I looked at her like she
I
was
remember
crazy. And then the day that I filed
Mm.
bankruptcy,
Mm.
I thought about her telling me, "Don't grow too fast," because that's what happened. I
You
grew.
too
I
fast.
outgrew
Yes.
my knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't have no experience.
Didn't have no experience.
Mm. All right, so now I'm gonna go back. So now I'm giving y'all this because we're going somewhere with this, man. This is the process. So when I went through my thing, I met him, and after I lost everything, I had to rebuild. So my base is barbering. Barbering is my wheelhouse. That's my skill set. That's my stronghold. Now I do a lot of things, but that's what sustains me so I can build other things. So I worked for a year and a half at this one particular place. Then I moved on and I opened up my shop. Okay, a year and a half later. So then I actually started a sports barbershop here because I had the first recorded sports barbershop in the United States. The Clipperdome Sports Barbershop was the first. WDIV covered it live. The 5:15 and 6 o'clock news in Detroit. They covered that back in 1994. So then it took me to 2009 before everything else dissipated, filed bankruptcy to open another one. Did it again. So then after that, I opened another one. And he's been with me the whole time. So now, when we were at the second shop over off Lebanon, where did we used to go when we just talked, when we just open it up, unpackaging stuff? Where did we go to?
It was a tree right outside of the barbershop. And we used to go out because I used to drop by every day just trying to unpack, trying to figure it out. Because at that time, I was still trying to dig myself out of
Right.
out of my bankruptcy
Come on,
and
man.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I knew where I wanted to be. I knew what I just give me one more chance to do it again, But again, I had to figure out my path. How we was, how to do it, So we used to sit under a tree, man, and just, we would just pound it out, man, come up with all kind of ideas, and they would fail, we didn't even get started, it was like, nah, that ain't gonna work, and think of something, nah, that ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna work, so, it takes, I wish I would have listened to the ladies' advice.
Right. Just a lot of people, not just her. Yeah. Okay, so, all right, so I'm going to talk about Mac. Do you want to tell him about Mac?
Mac.
Can you tell him about Mac?
You can tell him.
Can I tell him about Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, Mac is this imaginary guy we made up under the tree, meaning because people weren't listening and we had experience that most people didn't have at this point, right? So we talking about 2011, okay, not that long ago. So a lot of people that we talked to, things were going over their head, and we could tell them, but they wasn't hearing and they wasn't listening, and we just using plain, clear English. But they had their own path, they had their own filter, their own trauma, their own trigger, their own lenses, and they saw it through that. So we made this imaginary friend up called Mac. So when people don't listen to us, we say, "Man, I was talking to Mac today." Right. So the reason we're making this video because we know a lot of Macs.
Don't forget about the Mickey Mouse ears.
Oh no,
we got the Mickey Mouse.
You gave
some ears on.
No, you gave. He gave me some real ears from Disney World or Land.
Disney, yeah.
Was it like a one of them?
Yeah, I forgot what you
from Disney World or Land.
Yeah.
And so what we used to do when people come in acting like Mac in the barbershop, we used to put these ears on, the little black cat with the ears, right? So because we call them Mac, meaning they not listening. So right there, here, let me have that. There you go. Beautiful. Listen, that's it. This literally, look, this is what he gave me, y'all. And we had this in the shop. So when people started talking crazy, we used to call them Mac. So now, what he saw was people coming to my barbershop and I see patterns because I see the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. People think they're different, but they're almost identical and they don't know it. And so we started calling it Mac. So now, talk to the people about what you saw in the barbershop when it kept repeating itself, the pattern and the cycle. Tell them what you saw.
Well, I mean, what I saw was, I'm the type of person that I like to deal with reality. It is what it is, and I don't mind sharing it because I've been to therapy, in my process of marriage and business and stuff like that. So I've learned how to get things off my chest. So I think sometimes when we talk to people, I think it shocks them to the point they leave the room.
Yeah.
Because they can't believe that we're telling them what we're telling them.
Giving them their life.
Giving them
and don't
their
know
life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, and a lot of times I don't mind putting mine out there on
Right.
the table.
Right.
And a lot of people, especially men, are afraid to talk to each other like women are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. I would sit there, I would listen, and you can't tell me too much that'll shock me. Because again, you're talking about experience. Been there, done that, So I just think that a lot of times people, a lot of people just don't want to hear it. So when you're telling them, because a lot of people, they want to hear I've been accused of being what is
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't
I've been
saying nothing.
accused of being.
I'm gonna let you say it.
Man,
You want me to say it?
a joy killer.
Okay.
I've been accused of being a joy killer, man, because people are expecting me to validate them, or people are expecting me to whatever, and I give them the raw of the conversation,
Mhm.
and they a lot of times they can't handle it.
So we hear what the Clipper Dome Chronicles is. What he's telling y'all is because he used to literally sit in the barbershop and watch a guy leave, and then in 10 minutes later, another guy pull up and pick up the conversation that guy just left with and don't even know him. He didn't hear the conversation. He does not know that man, and he pick up the same conversation. So when the guy leave, he said, "You do this every day?" I said, "Yeah, I do this every day." And so the next guy come in like it's a revelation. Dude,
We just heard.
I just heard 3 people say the same thing, but I gotta act like it's brand new to me. And then I keep my poise. I don't disrespect. I don't dog nobody out.
Yeah, you listen.
I listen.
Mhm.
And I'm doing this again, and I'm telling y'all, we talking about business now. So I'm just trying to unpack this relationship that we have. I'm telling you, can you talk a little bit about the transportation
Oh yeah.
piece that you do?
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
also a bus driver. I've been doing it for
Go as far as you can so they can understand.
Since 1989.
Okay.
I've been around entertainers since 1989 up until present. I still do it.
You going like Gucci? You playing?
Yeah, I retired.
He playing. Can I talk? No. Okay. See y'all. He playing.
I'm retired from
See,
touring.
he playing.
I'm retired from touring, but I still do it. Like little short hops or
Okay.
whatever with different entertainers. I'm not gonna mention any.
There you go. He can't do
or
it.
anything like that because I can't do it. A lot of times
Okay.
I have to
Respect.
sign
Respect. There you go. Respect.
confidentiality
Respect.
forms and stuff like that.
I understand.
But yeah, I've been doing it for 30 years. Uh, I'm fortunate to have a wife who understood what I did before I got married. I've been married 25 years, and but yeah, that's what I do. But that's not all that I do. Again, I've always, even driving the bus, I still have a little small business that I do, but I'm able to manage it, on the road and when I'm at home. I'm able, and that was one of my problems, not being able to manage my demolition business as it grew, you know, and, but I probably could do it today because I've learned a lot from that, business back in the day when I didn't have the knowledge. But that's what I do. I'm an entertainer, bus driver. I drive limos around town. I drive for another bus company around town, so I'm always hustling. And if you're going to be a business owner, you got to be a person that gets up and go get it,
right?
And not just what you do.
You got to get dirty.
You got to get dirty.
Do help somebody else.
Stuff.
That ain't got nothing to do with what you do.
Sometimes I have to get up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and go get it.
Mm-hmm.
But in this day and time, man, there are a lot of lazy people that won't get up and go get it.
Right.
So
this is the all right. So let me.
I'm always going.
The problem with what we're saying to y'all is tonight, just like him, and it's good that he brought that. I didn't know he was gonna say this, but this is not a script. Y'all know I don't script nothing. I don't do that. That ain't what I do. The fact that he can't talk about it is why we here. I couldn't talk about the things that I was doing because it's legal. It's not, everything is not a plaything. It's not playtime. Some stuff is serious. All I'm gonna tell you is the people who he deal with, you know them. When I tell you, you know them. You know them. But he can't talk about it. So now I'm gonna go into mine. About the properties or the businesses, they happen so fast. I couldn't talk about it because people say you bragging. They say you think you all that. At that particular time, I thought, okay, this is the one business I'm gonna do. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna retire, and then I'm gonna keep it moving. But then it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I started another one.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't keep talking about it because then you look like you crazy. Because people gonna judge you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't always talk about everything you do. Everybody that do business is not a communal conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do things where it's contracts involved.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just go blurting out stuff, times,
Mhm.
facts, and people. You get sued for that.
Mhm.
This is what we saying. You don't understand business yet.
Mhm.
So I'm saying to y'all, we are consultants. So now we're gonna move into the consulting part. You got a little bit about our background, and of course, this is what I'm saying. We can't go into that stuff, man, because this ain't playtime.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you deal with an organization here,
Mhm.
and you are a volunteer. What
Mhm.
unpack that?
I've been a part of the SBA administration as a volunteer for an organization that they sponsor called SCORE Nashville. And what we do is we help people develop business plans. We help people get business loans. I've helped people in this pandemic get the EDIL loan, the PPP loan. I've helped people get this other grant that just came out here in Nashville, Tennessee. Do I know what I'm doing? Not really, but from experience, from people who taught me in the past, I learned enough to get it done. I have a lot of people that come to me and come to see me. They really, I don't know how to explain it, but they assign us people. People come, people have a business idea. I try to give them a path. Nobody wants to take the path.
Because of Mac. Because they Max.
Right. Nobody wants to cross their T's and dot their I's. I'm telling you right now, if you want a SBA loan, an SBA loan is easy to get. You just have to cross your T's and dot your I's. Now, one thing that I learned is it don't matter how small or big my business is, how long I've been in business. I learned I have to have an advisor.
Consultant, advisor, knowledge, a mentor.
I believe everybody needs a mentor or an advisor or whatever. Somebody who's either doing the business just like you're doing or have done it or whatever. You need for somebody to take you under their wings so they can kind of guide you and keep you from getting yourself in trouble.
Like we did.
You understand what I'm saying?
Like, because he didn't listen, right. I didn't listen.
I've used the program, SCORE program, before I became a mentor, and it helped me out a lot. I'm gonna give you and I've also used the program with a company called a non-profit organization with Pathway. One thing that I learned with Pathway is I'm not an accountant at all, but Pathway, the advisor that I had him for probably 3 years. He taught me so much about finances. He taught me about QuickBooks, which I cannot stress. You need some type of accounting software.
Ooh-wee.
I tell all my clients to get some type of accounting software.
Yeah.
It's usually about $300 a year, and nobody takes my advice about doing it.
Until they get in trouble.
Until they get in trouble. When they come to see me about getting a loan or they're trying to get this EDIL money, this PPP, I say, okay, bring me all your financials and stuff like that. I don't have it. Didn't you sign up for the QuickBooks like I told you? No, I didn't. I can't. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But if they had done what I told them, they would have gotten the EDIL, the PPP, whatever. They can go and get an SBA loan, but nobody wants to do the administration part
because of
a small.
They won't listen
owning or starting
a
small
think
business.
They got it. You can talk. You've been talking all day,
and that is one of the most important things that you're going to need, because if the IRS come knocking on your door and they say, "Hey, Mr. Goose, we need your receipts," all I got to do is punch a button.
There you go.
And my profit and loss will come out, my balance sheet will come out, whatever is just going to come out, because I have my debit card
stuff in order.
Hooked up to my checking account. Once a week or once every 2 weeks or once a month, I go in and I catch everything up, put it where it's supposed to be. Boom, it's done. trust me, you're going to save yourself a lot of headache, you know. But when I get back to what I was trying to say is, I think everybody needs an advisor. I think, a lot of people think that they can just up and start a business without understanding the management part of it, the administration part
Right.
of it. And it's hard trying to tell people about because everybody just wants to start the business and make money. They're not thinking about paying the excise taxes. They're not thinking about the federal
Economy
taxes.
crashing,
They're
changing,
not,
shifting,
yeah, they're not thinking about
divorce,
sales taxes.
death, loss.
There's a lot of stuff that's involved. A lot of stuff that's involved. Then when you have employees, there's a whole
Come
lot
on.
more stuff involved.
Uh,
Payroll taxes,
Kids, the
yeah,
wife, the
all
husband,
that stuff, man. That I had
mom
to
and
deal. I had to
daddy.
pay somebody, one of my employees, one time. I got so big, I had employees. I had to pay one of them child support. I didn't
Come
know
on.
anything about that,
What?
but I had to turn in this child support every week.
I bought a house for one of my employees. I bought a house.
So there's so much to, just, to it, man. But if you,
Wait, I'm finna leave, man.
but I
I'm
don't
finna
want
go.
to,
Y'all, I'm gonna let him finish.
I don't want to scare nobody. But if, like I say, if you cross your T's, dot your I's, man, it makes it a whole lot easier. That path, like I said, it's a path. You have to take the path. You just can't skip it. Sorry about that.
No. That's why you here, sir. Don't apologize for nothing. Because I've been telling them for years, just like you've been telling them for years, they're not listening. If you go into business, listen to what I'm telling you. It's about experiences, not knowledge. You can read the books, you can get the DVD, you can go on YouTube, you can go on TikTok, you can talk to people all you want. And if they're not doing what you're doing and have done there and been there with a specific concentration in what you're doing, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Go talk to somebody who's been there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going on your first date saying, I know how to kiss. It's like going into your first marriage saying, I know how to be a husband or a wife. You have no idea what's going to come and be bestowed upon you. The truth, a belief is stronger than the truth. A belief, you believe that your business going to make it. We the truth. No, it's not. I consult with people. Now, he goes into the organization and volunteers his time, and I go to a different organization. I volunteer my time. We do it different. He's the Larry Bird. He's very strategic. He's very academic. He's very detailed. He's more a student of that game. Some stuff just come to me. I can move without all of that. That's me. I can't teach that to you. I'm telling you how he do it, and I'm telling you how I do it. When he come to me with some stuff, I say, I don't have to do that because my mind works different. I build a lot of things into my business that I do that he needs to do with the QuickBooks. But I'm telling you, when he taught me that, because he gave it to me, I got his QuickBook right now. He don't know. I was supposed to give it back to him. I said, come get it. We didn't see each other. I'm just saying, I got it right now. I still haven't used it. I don't need that for me, but you gonna need it. That I guarantee you. But I've been dealing with corporate taxes since '94. Understand me? I've been dealing with CPAs, tax accountants, tax attorneys. So for me, it's just built into what I do. Don't start a business without talking to somebody that you can consult with, and they may not be able to tell you everything. Okay, some things they're not going to be able to tell you.
Let me tell you a story. What happened to me one time? I've had 4 SBA loans.
All right.
And the second SBA loan was with Bank of America. It was for $72,000. They grade you on a point system. I had a brother. His name is Roger Cooper. I'll never forget this. He was assigned to me through the Small Business Administration, through Bank of America. I think at that time they was on West End. They used to have a small business library down on West End, and he was on a different floor with Bank of America. So he kind of took me under his wings, and he started working with me on trying to help me get this loan. So uh, I remember, for about 3 weeks, I would go once a week, and he was asking me for these odd items.
Like,
I had no idea. He was asking me for my life insurance.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
He
yeah.
was
He's
asking
putting
me
together,
for yeah. He was
a
asking me
process.
for
Yeah.
contingency. For a
Mhm.
contingency, whatever. And then he was asking me to get 3 letters from 3 uh, uh, businesses that I've done business with. He wanted it was something else, man. That was it was just weird, And every week that I went, I'm trying to figure out why does he want this, because I'm like, what in the world? He keep asking me, and I'm getting kind of frustrated, man, because I got to go and pull this stuff
Right,
from my,
right, right. You gotta go
from
get it.
here, and I got to go
Right.
get people to do,
It's a week or two every
type
time.
letters for me and
Yeah.
stuff like that, whatever. So about the 3rd week, I was like, Roger, I said, man, what's up with all this stuff, man? You asking me for? And I'll never forget this, man. He looked at me, he said, Gerald, he said, I used to be on there, right? And
You know what they're looking for.
And I know what they're looking for. That day, I stopped talking, and I started listening, and I started learning. And after that, the last 2 SBA loans I did for myself. Did the paperwork, did everything. Every time I go to the bank and do a loan, I do it because I learned from him. And sometimes you have to just listen. That's why I say you have to have some type of mentor,
consultant, yeah, somebody,
or an advisor. Sometimes your product, you come to me and you bring me, hey, taste my pie. Your product might not be good, but if you can take criticism and fix your product, then and you work on it, because a lot of people just want you to get out there and trust me, I've experienced this. They want me to try the product, and the product don't taste good at all, and they wonder why it don't last. I'm the type of person, if this is your product, sometimes it needs work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So go back, hey, work on it, and while you're doing it, keep, because it's like let's just name somebody who did pies. You know what I'm saying?
Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle, or Famous Amos did the cookies, or what. I guarantee you, they had to keep redoing it. You just can't bake a pie and say, "Oh, I think I'm gonna sell pies." It might take you 10 years to get that pie right. You know what I'm saying?
So I like that. So what he said, see, he's spot on what he's saying, and then I'm gonna show you the difference. He's saying your product ain't good. So now this is what I'm telling you. You got to get with the right professional. We're gonna put what he said on the top shelf. Your product got to be good. Okay.
Gotta be good.
Now watch this. This is why me and him are friends, and this is why we get along, because I can respect what he just said. And I'm telling you, we putting that on the top shelf. Think about the best hamburger you ever had in your life. Think about it. You got it? Okay. I guarantee you it's not McDonald's. What is the most sold hamburger in the world? McDonald's. It's not about the best. I'm a marketer. See, he is right. He's saying if your burger good, I ain't got to market it. I'm telling you, all you got to do is bring me your burger and tell me how you want to market it, and we can put it together. Because McDonald's is not your top 5. I know you can give me 5 hamburger places. That's better than McDonald's. But the thing is, McDonald's is worldwide because of marketing. See, I'm a different monster. I'm saying, now I'm going to tell you what he talked.
Well, hold on.
No, go ahead.
But the difference is McDonald's is a big corporation.
Right.
A small business, there's a lot of competition.
Yes. They weren't the best when they started, though.
Absolutely
they
not.
Was not.
They're still not the best if you ask me.
No.
But they're good at their marketing.
There you go.
And they got the money to market.
That's right.
The only way that you're going to market is it's got to be good. Sorry.
All right. No. See, no. So now what I'm saying is, I'm going to tell you what he told me. See, because I learned from everybody. We just had 2 different sides of the same coin. And he is correct. Because I would go on his side all day if I didn't know me. Okay? So now, what I learned from him is consistency. I learned the banking side of business. I learned the business side of business, banking, the underwriting, uh, 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 what we always talk about it because I wasn't doing that when we met.
Yeah,
Uh,
the administration
right
part,
there you
a
go,
lot
the
of the
administration.
administration
So now
part.
see what I do though, I
Mhm,
leverage things.
mhm,
Okay, so I got into real estate. So what I did what was different from him is when I had my property and I paid it off, I took the asset and leveraged it. I
mhm,
didn't need credit. I
mhm.
didn't need an underwriter.
So he paid cash for a lot of his stuff back in
Exactly.
the day.
See, but
A
what I'm
lot of people
saying,
can't do that.
I understand,
You know,
but
yeah.
and I'm saying to
Mhm,
you, that's why I'm saying I respect this brother because he showed me something that I didn't know.
mhm,
So we got together, man. We was at the shop.
mhm.
I said, "Yo, go put that out in the car." So see, you talk. I'm telling you what you taught me. What have you learned from me?
Well, I just learned, you have to consistency too, man. You have to, you know, be, I have to be around people. I like to be around people that make me level up. You understand what I'm saying? So when I got somebody out there that's a go getter just like I am, that's who I need to be around. You know what I'm saying? I like people who keep their word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
you taught me that. I got to
So
put that
well,
in.
I guess we taught each
Okay,
other
but
that, man.
oh, I forgot that.
We had to keep each other accountable. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And also I like bouncing stuff off each. We bounce stuff off
Yes,
each other,
all the time.
whether it's good or bad. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying? We
yes.
bounce stuff off each other. And it's just, and we're not afraid to talk. we we are not afraid to talk. We will talk about some stuff,
Right.
man, that it's like I said, I've seen people coming in at barbershop and listen to us talking. I see them leave the room because they can't believe we are talking about what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But but again, we always talk about people being on that magic carpet.
Right.
I refuse to be on that magic carpet. I always like to deal with reality. I always like to deal with reality, man. Even with my own family. Uh, I, mm-mm, I'm not teaching you about Santa Claus. I'm gonna give you the reality. I buy the toys. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's like, and even this podcast, man. I'm like impressed, man. I'm like, wow, you put this together, man. You've been doing it for I don't know how many,
12 years.
12 years, man.
Started, yeah,
But you had to learn.
29, 09.
You had to learn this.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody taught you, got you, taught you
They
the
didn't.
foundation. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No.
I thought somebody taught you how,
No.
got you started.
I got in and when you go back to the old videos, it
Okay.
was ridiculous.
Okay.
I didn't know
Well, hey,
nothing.
well, again,
I have had help.
you had to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had help.
Yeah.
Nobody taught
Okay.
me.
Well, still,
Like I learned from you. You wasn't trying to teach me.
Right.
I came, hey, I say, yo, Gooch, tell me why you do that.
Right.
And you say, did I say, it's all you know me.
Yeah,
I'm a student.
Right.
I'm not scared to say I don't know.
You have to be a student.
I never say I'm not scared to say I don't know.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you business way. I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
This dude, one time he came back in town, right? He said, hey man, I'm finna go over here. You gotta pick me up. This was New Year's Day. I'm not gonna do it. These people. I'm like, he's like, man, come pick me up. I'm gonna be over here. I'm like, over there? He said, yeah, right here. But this is his job. But we can't talk about it. When I tell you, listen, yeah, that y'all gotta understand. We saying this to say, just because you don't know, sometimes you don't need to know, and sometimes you wouldn't understand it if we told you. That's because it's about experience. It's not about knowledge. You can read, you can talk until you walk it. You can't talk it.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling you these things. We do it different, so we learn off each other. Because he'll tell me something, and I'll say, "Oh man, I can incorporate that to what I do." And then same thing with him. But sometimes what I do can't transfer into what he do. It's not it doesn't cross over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's parallel. Mm-hmm. It never intersects. Mm-hmm. All right. So what I learned from him, I've been trying to get him on this podcast, and he still can't tell y'all what he need to tell y'all. So this podcast is really not the best it's gonna be because I can't tell my side and he can't tell his side because it's both all about contracts. And if you start talking, when we get sued, y'all can't help us. Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna be like, oh well, his podcast gone, but you ain't gonna see us in court. So to keep us out of court, we trying to talk to you as best we can.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, man? It's like I had a couple people, man, back in, coming up, man, tell me that I wasn't gonna be something.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna do what I do now or whatever, man. And instead of getting, I got mad, but today I appreciate that person. They don't even know I appreciate them because it made me mad enough to come
Right.
and do
Yes.
and become
Yeah.
what I
To
am,
go to the next level.
to
Yeah.
go to that next
Yeah.
level and to
Yeah.
become what I am. So when it comes to criticism,
Hmm.
take it. Don't be mad. Actually thank the person.
Yeah.
Because it's inside it's gonna make you want to go prove them wrong. Or like I say, if your pie ain't good, if I tell you, hey, it needs a little bit more work, don't be mad. Just go work on it. Continue to work on it. Continue to work on the administration side. Continue to work on all of that, man. I promise you. You know, Bill Gates didn't just
No.
do it. I guarantee he stayed in that garage for 10, 15 years trying to come up with Microsoft.
10,000 failures, only one success.
And I think one of the things that we wanted to share with y'all, both of y'all, I mean, everybody tonight, is our failures.
Mm.
I failed. I have failed. I have failed.
Yeah. I'm better than him. I never fail. I'm perfect. I never fail.
I'm in a, like I told my wife before I left the house, I said, you know what, I'm not really trying to brag, but I think I'm in a good place.
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
Absolutely.
But I didn't get here overnight.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not going to get there overnight. It's going to take time.
It's a process.
It's going to take planning.
It's a process.
It's going to take process.
Yeah.
I remember I had an accountant doing a financial overview on me one time when I was doing good. I used to, just like him, I used to have a demolition business going. I started off small. I grew myself. I should have stayed small, but I probably would have made a lot of money.
Yep.
I used to buy. Me and my wife used to buy houses, flip houses. Man, every 90 days we was buying houses, flipping houses. We was good. We was $30,000-$40,000 a month. I had a guy do a financial overview. He told me I was worth $1 million, worth over $1 million. I didn't have $1 million in my pocket.
Right. Assets, like that, whole shot.
Yeah, but he told me that I was worth $1 million. And I was walking around like I was the man, you know. And the next thing you know, boom, everything. You know, I was able to keep a few of things, but everything, man. And it hurt, man, because I had a family. If it was just me, you know, but I had a family. So I had to get back out on the road, go make it happen. And I was still trying to think of my next business. Because I've always had a heart for small business and people who are in small business. And when I'm trying to mentor people about small business, I promise you, I'm the person who is not trying to compete with you.
Right.
I'm not. But, I'm trying to help you.
But most people are.
And
we are not.
Right.
Never.
I'm trying to help. And I don't even ask people for nothing. You know, my volunteering is free.
It costs us money to do what we do.
Even when I do it outside of school, I still don't even.
We still losing money. Or time, which is money.
Right.
We both go through it for years. Like
all the time, man.
Okay. Okay, y'all. The purpose of this video is people don't listen. Okay. We've been doing this all our lives, man. Like especially me. I have never went in, had a job where I say, hey, I'm going to get this check from these people because they're going to pay me to do this job. My thought process is totally different. That don't make me better than you. That don't mean I'm smarter than you. That doesn't invalidate you. It just means listen to somebody that has a totally different perspective. Because I learned from him like he learned from me. We've been trying to teach people, and he come and bring his problems to me. And I don't want to hear it. And then I turn around and I bring my problems to him. And he don't want to hear it about people we trying to consult with. Man, we talking about restaurants, hair salons, barbershops, real estate, cars, just all kind of stuff, man. People don't listen. So we making this video. We telling you, man, we in a place where most people want to be. All right? Most people. But if you don't want to listen, we can't help you, man. You know, we hear people talk about us. Yep. They say crazy stuff. I'm like, I'm all kind of everything's but who I am. I've been in business my entire life. You are not going to wake up and do what I do. Let me assure you. I don't care who you are. You're not going to do it. Call somebody that knows. Respect what it is.
Yeah,
get you a consult.
Get under some teachers.
Yes.
Man. Get under some teachers.
Man, some mentorship.
Mentor, man.
It's okay.
And they respect them, man. You know, I got a guy that one of the bus companies I work for, man. This guy started with 5 little buses. And then he got over 60 buses. Trust me, I've been with him for 20 years. I'm learning. Every time I'm around him, I'm learning.
And he's still learning.
And he's learning.
I know he
didn't know anything about bus business.
He's still learning.
But I'm learning. I'm absorbing. I watch him. He don't even realize it, man. But I'm watching him, man. How he built his company, man. You know, do I want a big company like that again? No.
No.
But I'm saying
absolutely not.
But again, I'm absorbing and I'm watching and I'm learning. You know, one other thing, man, I want to share with the people out here, man, that I almost messed up. Is I waited too late to start retirement. Almost. I almost waited.
Talk about that.
Too late.
How's that? What?
I was for I don't know how many years, for 15 years, 20 years, whatever, man. Even before I got married, I've always been chasing money. Not thinking about the future.
Wow.
Not thinking about 10 years from now.
I need a pen. You're killing me right now. I need a pen. This is killing me.
I was thinking about getting rich quick. And I was in a hotel one day, man, and I sat back and when I can't get up and go do it again, what am I going to do? You know? So I had to quickly be smart and start some investments like 401k and I got 2 401ks now and I'm investing in them heavily every week.
Right.
You know, I'm having these. You don't.
But tell them what you don't do to do that.
Wait, tell them.
Explain.
Take taxes out on me now. Huh?
Tell them what you got to do to be able to heavily invest in it. What don't you do?
You gotta
come on.
Get up and go to work.
You can't go to the club. you can't take vacations. You can't buy Escalades. Come on, man. Talk.
You don't know a whole lot.
You can't do that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't work like that.
Focus need to be on retirement and residual income. What am I going to be doing when I'm 65, 67?
What's your newest car? How old is your newest car?
My newest car is my wife's car. She just paid it off.
Right.
It was 2007 Suburban.
There you go.
My car.
Listen, what year is this?
My truck.
What year is this?
This is 2022.
Guess how old my newest car is?
My newest car is a 2001 Suburban with no air conditioning.
Look here.
And I got the money to put air conditioning.
Man, you making this up. So listen, we rode to where did we go? We was out in the suburb. We rode out to go to the store. And he didn't have no air. Now he know I know. I joke with him all the time, like, man, be riding no car, ain't got no air in it. It's like 90 degrees, right? And we laughing. We laughing. You hear me? We could go get new cars tomorrow. I sell cars, y'all. We can get them tomorrow. But we rode together, man. And this is what I'm saying. You got 2 dudes that's there riding in the, what year is that? 2002? 2001.
Suburban.
With no air.
No air.
We don't have to do that.
I roll them windows down and keep
we do not have to live like that, but we do. So I'm saying, when you out here, if you doing the Cancun, the Dubai, and the DR, and you doing the Tahitian and all that, Bahamas, and look, man,
bury somebody.
Look here, you could do your thing. I'm not saying don't do it. Whatever. I'm just telling you that ain't how it works. I'm telling you it don't work like that, man.
And I know tomorrow ain't promised to me. But I know I need to start planning for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't be stupid out here. You know what I'm saying? But I almost waited too late. So when you start a business and it's doing well, start investing your money in some type of annuity. Set yourself up.
You can't cuss on this channel. You said invest.
Okay. Invest.
You can't cuss.
That should be your number one priority, is investing. Your number one priority, starting a business. I ain't talking about buying a big house. I ain't talking about, your big
What's wrong with a big house?
Because that's what people do. Their lifestyle. People think a business is going to bring them a certain type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Going to put them in, in the government.
You get less.
Or whatever. you get less.
When you're doing it right.
You get paid
Last.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But your number one priority is, and I'm tell you something a guy told me when I had my demolition business. Another guy, I bought a dump truck from him one time. He said, Gooch, he said, you know what? When you start a business, your mindset should be to start that business to sell that business.
Yes, that's best.
Didn't make sense to me back then.
Still don't make sense to me right now.
But he said, you start that business to sell it. So you working on building that business to the point where you can sell it and make money, and you invest that money. And while you working, you're paying yourself. You pay yourself just like a corporation would pay you. You take taxes out of yourself. You take some type of money and put it in some kind of investment for the future. Because if you don't, all you're doing is just spinning wheels.
So I was listening to you, and this is what I'm saying why we different. And this is not bad or good, y'all. It's just another way of doing it. I never respected money. Retired when I was 45. I didn't care about money. I gave more money away than I made. I gave more money away than I made. And then I had people turn around telling me all you do is worry about money. I never cared about money, man. I just knew how to do it. My lifestyle was set up to where at 45, if I wanted to retire, I could have did it until we got hit with the economic downturn, where it hit the world, not the country. So for me, when I heard you say you were just chasing money, I never chased money. Never.
Chasing that dream. That's
man, I promise you.
Chasing that
I never
dream,
did it. And that's why it's different to hear you say that, how we move different, but the destination is the same. Like I'm gonna get on a boat, you're gonna get on a plane, but we're gonna get to the same destination and we're gonna have a good time.
And check this out. Be careful who you help. Be careful.
Come on, you gotta talk about that. Help. Don't play, man. Talk about that.
Trust me.
Talk about that.
I've helped a lot
Talk
of people.
About that.
He helped a lot of people. And when everything went left for me, I could not call not one person that I helped and get anything from them. So I'm saying, I'm not telling you not to, because I helped a lot of people. I paid mortgages. I did. Man, I can't even tell you. Woo! I put my hand on the Bible and tell you right now, I call people mortgage up 4 or 5 months. But there's no. If I was to go and try to find them people, man, I couldn't even tell you what it is right now. And I'm not even knocking them. I'm not even asking for anything back. But I'm just saying, be careful who you help. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not telling you not to. But I'm just saying.
I done gave away houses, cars, money, kept people out of jail.
Cars,
I done helped people. The lawyer helped them keep them out of jail. Myself.
Yep.
Personally.
Yep.
Didn't charge them a quarter. They don't speak to me to this day. That's it. You keep talking. I ain't saying I'm back.
Yeah. It's like, again, man, I'm like, a lot of people don't want the truth, but this is reality, man. It's a wonderful thing, owning your own business. Trust me, I support anybody who wants to start
all the time
their own business, but there's a path.
It's a process.
It's a process. Everybody has their own path.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you can find your street, your path, and go for it. But again, mentoring is key. You crossing your T's, dotting your I's will get you there. But if you don't do it, if you don't listen, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Trust me. And what I'm telling you tonight, what he's telling you tonight, can prevent half of the mistakes that you're going to make.
So I'm going to tell y'all, call him, because see, I'm more intense. See, he's more strategic than me. He's smarter than me.
No.
I'm not the type of guy. When I see you going to the left, I'm gonna tell you going to the left, and then you're gonna be hard-headed. I'm gonna cut you loose because I don't have time no more. I can't do it. Man, I literally will text message people that I'm consulting with. Tell them what's gonna happen before it happens, 6 months, a year in advance. And then when they come back, I show it to them, and they act like they can't see that timestamp with the date on it. I told you, because it's the same pattern from the barbershop. It's repetitious. You're not special. You're no different. It's the same game with different players. Because the belief is stronger than the truth, man. We giving y'all the truth.
Yeah.
This is free. We got like one view or whatever. But see, look at the people that got the most views. Sometimes that's the least amount of content. This content, we to live this thing, man. If we could talk for real, or we have 100 million views. If we could talk,
you know, and I want to go back and say this to the person who's just trying to start a little small business like mowing grass or whatever, and that's cool because my business is very, very small now to where I can manage
on purpose. On purpose.
But if you look at it this way, I had an accountant tell me my business that I have now eventually will be my pension for life. That's my pension. Your grass cutting business or whatever, you sell cakes or whatever, and you make $1,500 a month, $2,500 a month selling cakes, and your cakes are good, and you baking like that. Look at it as your pension, and still invest that too. But again, you probably gonna always work doing something until you just can't do it no more.
Most people that's getting it,
people
they gonna go.
Even
we can't stop.
Even retired.
We not gonna stop.
I used to didn't understand people who were retired. I'm like, how in the world? Why are you still working? But I get it now. I do understand it now. Retirement ain't a lot. You know what these companies are paying you, or whatever. But still, a lot of people still have to have some type of residual income. So I'm saying, look at it as your pension. This is your pension. Selling cakes is your pension. Braiding hair can be your pension. Whatever. It's just, part of your pension. When I'm done at 6, I got 7 more years. When I'm done at 65, I'm gonna be doing my little small business, and that's gonna go along with my other investments that I have, my 401ks, my Social Security, I think my wife gets a pension and she gets whatever, So we starting to kind of put it together now and see that there's a little light at the end of the tunnel. But we're almost way too late. Trust me. Almost way too late too. I probably would have been in a high rise if that, So yeah.
I started early. I made all the right, but the world crashed. So it don't matter who you are and what you do. Sometimes you could do the right thing at the wrong time. I made all the right moves. I made the sacrifice. I did everything I was supposed to do. My family was good, but the world crashed. So there's nothing that you can do about that.
And it's gonna crash again.
Okay, so
and it's gonna crash
again. like I was saying, you need to get a mentor, a consultant, but understand that just because you don't understand, sometimes if they told you, you still wouldn't understand.
But nobody wants to put the work in.
That's right.
Nobody wants to put the behind the scene work in. Everybody wants to be a star.
That's right.
But nobody wants to be behind the scene.
They don't want to do the practice, do the dance steps. Yeah, with no light while the ceiling leaking.
Yeah. It's like I was telling him earlier. It's like juggling.
Yes.
I can be on stage juggling and not miss a note.
Yeah.
But you won't see all the balls that's
Did
on
you
the
drop
floor back there that I was dropping when I was practicing.
Wait, say that. Wait, please say that again. You got to say that again.
I can be juggling. I can be juggling, and I won't miss a beat. Won't drop nothing. But there's 1,000 balls back here that I've done dropped. But now I'm getting all the claps and the success, and I'm getting the plaques and all that stuff because I'm good. But you didn't see all the balls back here that I dropped when I was trying to, learn how to do this and try to make it and da. You wasn't there when I got booed, the first time that I tried to juggle. You know what I'm saying? You here now where, oh yeah, it's easy now.
Right.
It comes easy
now. Right.
It's yeah. And you saying, oh, I want to do that. I can do that. Yeah.
If we had time.
Yeah.
How long would it take you to explain your whole process to people who have never had a business before they start a business? How long would it take you if you had time?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I heard Samuel Jackson say this one time. He said, "Help is not for the ones who need it; it's for the ones who want." If I'm sitting in front of somebody who really want to be helped, it probably take me 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
But if I'm
Initial,
sitting in front
because they're gonna be a process, so it's gonna be months of
right,
conversation.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, got you.
it wouldn't take
Not
much.
okay. I got you. I got
It
you.
wouldn't take much.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how do we let them know that we know without showing them that we know? That's really the problem because they don't know what you know.
Well, I think, man, you just, well, uh, man, how can I put this? You know, I have more than I had when I had
Right.
all of my.
When you right, you
When
better now
when I
than
was worth $1 million.
yes.
I have more than I have more peace. I have more peace now. I can go home, man, and but I have. But here's the thing: I learned how to put things in the right place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got fences built up now, and getting ready to build some more fences up. You know, so now if something happens, I can handle it. Like, when I had to file bankruptcy, I didn't have no fences built. You have to. This is your territory. And if you ain't got no fence built up, they can come in and destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an army. But if you got a wall built where you don't put,
They got a breach.
they got a breach.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna be a while before they can get in and try to get to you.
And they're gonna take some
But
L's.
you got time to plan.
Yeah.
You got time to plan that. My stepfather always told me, always make sure you got a stick in your hand.
Mm-hmm. I remember he told me.
Always make sure you got a stick in your hand. Didn't understand it. Understand it now. Always make sure you got a stick in your hand. And some of y'all will figure that out. Some of y'all won't figure that out. But always make sure you got a stick in your hand. And trust me, he used to own a moving company years ago. He used to own a moving company, one of the biggest African American moving companies at that time. He had 6 or 7 trucks, big trucks. And I used to see him struggle all the time. All the time. One minute, got a lot of money. Next minute, he ain't got no money. But he always had a stick in his hand.
All right, so I'm gonna try to lead y'all with this, man. Michael Jordan, if y'all call him the GOAT or not, one of the best, let's say top 5, top 2, top 1, number 1, whoever you call him. Mm-hmm. He had a shooting coach. Before he started really winning, he went and got a shooting coach.
He got cut the first year.
That's right. Oh, okay. So let's go back.
School.
He got cut in his high school career. He got cut off the high school team. Right. One of the best players ever, top 3, arguably, whatever.
Right.
Do how you do it. But Michael Jordan got a shooting coach, and it's not to diminish that he's the greatest. It's not to diminish that he could shoot. It was because he needed to consult with somebody that had a skill set where he didn't have it, mm-hmm. and that made him great. Mm-hmm. So if you're doing a business right now and you don't have a mentor, Michael Jordan had a shooting coach.
Yep.
I'm telling you, you gotta find somebody
to teach him how to play.
Come on, man.
The girls of Serena and them had their father.
They had their day. It was a mentor,
it's always
consultant. Talk to somebody that know, man. Mm-hmm. You gotta relax. I'm telling you, don't go through what we went through.
Yeah, relax, man.
Don't learn on the job, man. Yeah. It ain't fun and it ain't cheap.
Right.
Listen, I learned on the job. Yeah. The best lesson is a bought lesson, mm-hmm. and that's the worst lesson you want to get. I'm telling you.
And the best way to approach it, man, because everybody wants to be, or they want to advertise themselves before they're ready.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Everybody wants to get out there and advertise themselves before they're ready. I do this, do that. No, you got to go in the woodshed, and you got to work on your product or work on whatever you're doing for a long time.
Yeah.
It's good to be incognito. So when you're good enough to get out there, you're going to blow people's minds. They're going to taste your product. They're going to try your product, and they're going to be like, oh, my God, ain't nothing like this. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. And you're going to come out there, and you're going to hit them square in the nose.
I was like, so Michael Jordan had that shooting coach. If y'all remember Motown, Smokey Robinson did the choreography for all of those groups that you saw. they practice for hours and
Mhm.
weeks and months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Smokey Robinson was the consultant for the choreography. Y'all
Mhm.
saw the New Edition
Mm-hmm.
little series.
Mm-hmm.
They had a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
They had somebody that was teaching them how to do what they did.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean they wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
It's always somebody behind the scenes. For him is me, and for me is him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that. Like this dude is talking to me, and he like, D, what about this? What about that? And I'm saying the same thing. And then so we just throw this by each other, you know. So you got to have somebody, even though we good today, we still got consultants.
And here's the thing, man. This is why I'm gonna say this before we go. I know, give her.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You know, a lot of mentoring and advisors, man. A lot of that you can find for free.
Yes.
Again, I volunteer with an organization, whatever. I told me and my wife was having a conversation the other day. She said, if you could do it all over again, what would you be? What would you do? And I said, the free, what is it? The people who help you, you know, with, oh man, I just had a brain freeze.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The
So I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that?
What's that?
Okay, let's wrap it up. I have to wrap it up.
Okay, go ahead.
I have to.
Yeah.
You ain't got to like it, believe it,
Yeah.
or understand it. Sometimes you just got to respect it. This is the Clipper Dome Chronicles. Thank you.
What was I trying to say, man?
Hold on.